grew up in Taranaki until I was about 4. And then when I was 4 years old, my parents relocated us to London, United Kingdom. So on my dad's side, Ngāti Māori, which is why we're from Taranaki. And then on my mum's side, it was Ngāti Porou. Went to school, went to primary school, went to high school, went to university in the UK. So pretty much from since I can remember, I've lived in the UK all the way up until when I was an adult. I was extremely fortunate to, have two Reo speaking parents. So both mum and dad could speak Te Reo. And yeah, when we came over here, I think they were pretty keen to make sure I was immersed in the culture in one way or another. So yeah, went to Kohanga Reo o Rānana as a child every Saturday. So I think that was probably my first introduction to sort of kapahaka, meeting other Māori children living abroad. So we would do kapahaka and we would learn things like karakia, stuff like that. And then, as an adult, sort of transitioned to Ngāti Rana, obviously the London Māori Club. So got to do kapahaka there. But yeah, my parents were sort of always keen to make sure that even though we were so far away from home, to sort of stay connected to Te Ao Māori. Mum Katea, she founded Maramara Tōtara, which was the London Motaiaha group, which is a branch of Te Whare Tukaua or Aotearoa. So she set up, I think, Motaiaha sessions every Sunday in Wimbledon at my school park, which people would come along to, and we'd do it right in the open in the middle of the park with Motaiaha. And yeah, people would look at us funny because we were in London. No one would know, what we were doing, but people would always come over and say, "Hey, this is really cool. We see you here every weekend." So yeah, got to learn a bit about Māori weaponry. I think the reason I found out about takiura is because my papa mentioned it to me when we were on visiting home about a year and a bit ago. And he goes, "Oh, you should look up takiura. I've heard good things about this kura." And I remember looking it up and reading about it and going, I can really see myself doing that. This is really what I want to do. And then as soon as that idea got in my head, I don't know, it just kept building and building and building. And I knew that if I did this, that I would feel another level of fulfillment about knowing my reo. The most ready I've ever felt to come home, basically. And there weren't many times in my life where I thought, I can live in New Zealand. But I felt it, and then I thought, I'm going to grasp onto this and hold it and just go with it, because I haven't felt that feeling before about wanting to come home and live here, but it felt very right. For takiura specifically, it's not just a Te Reo Māori language course. Like, they are teaching us about tikanga, wider Te Ao Māori, kapahaka, which, yeah, I guess I didn't think about all of this stuff when I was like, I'm going to just learn Te Reo and be fluent in speaking Māori in a year time. I just thought we're going to go and learn Te Reo Māori, but they really want to emphasize there's more than just the reo that we have to learn. There's all these things like tikanga and stuff that we have to learn about, which, yeah, it's been really awesome to have that too. It's like going to kura with your whānau, those two are we've all got each other's back. My brother moved home in August, I think 2 years ago, and then a couple of months later, my dad's stepmom and the pepe went home, and then I followed them about a year later. So I'm hoping that the domino effect will carry on and hit my last sister. It wasn't just about the reo, but it was about reconnecting to home, reconnecting to places like Taranaki. I call Taranaki home, but I haven't spent much time in Taranaki. The small bits of time that I do get there, they were on our 1 year holiday, once a year holidays. which we had 2 weeks over here. And so maybe spent like 5 days in Taranaki, but it's always felt like home to me. So I think coming back here, reconnecting to those places, and also the people, and just trying to do things, or try and get involved more, I should say, with with Ngāti Maru iwi, even with mum's side, so Ngāti Porou, I wouldn't say I know as much about my Ngāti Porou side as I would like, but I've reached out to some people, and hopefully at some point this year, like go and visit that part of Aotearoa.